Oh, can you hear me? Let me know if my audio works. Let me make sure I'm recording audio, capturing audio up, so y'all should be able to hear me. Someone in chat want to say something so I can know if it works? What's this? Yeah, I need to moderate my server. Half the people in there need to be banned. Reload the tab. Still no viewers. Um, no viewers, but seems to be working. Hello, hello, chat. So it seems like most of my viewers came from. Okay, so that means next video I need to plug the live channel. Good day, Ian Ace. Nice. So we'll just give it another 2 minutes and then I'm gonna start coaching. And then yeah, next video I'm gonna plug the live channel so that people actually, not next video is gonna come out later today. But the video after later today is I'm gonna plug the live channel so people actually come to these streams. Because when I had the people coming to these streams on the main channel, what was it? I sold a lot more coaching than I do now. So if I wanna make coaching money, I have to stream on the main channel. But if I want to get views on the main channel, I have to stream on this channel. So yeah, y'all get the point. Still no viewers. This sucks. Let's go to Twitter and boost this, and my own main channel and boost this. You can boost it in the posts on community tab.
If you
Live coaching on my lives channel. 259 Twitter. Got into a massive math debate on Twitter. Live coaching on live channel. All right, and we're ready to go. How's it going?
Famous West Border.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Just got off work.
Nice, nice. So, tell me a little bit about what you're trying to do, what you're trying to go for, 'cause it's a lot of text.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, I play Valorant. I'd say like that's like my main game.
Mm-hmm.
I just found out about like, I mean, I knew about aim trainers, but I never actually used them because like I just felt like it was too complicated to like,
Mm-hmm.
not like complicated in the sense like it's too hard to like I don't know anything about like like programs like that. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
to like target focus and figure out like what your specific like things are. You know what I mean? Like that's why I felt like I'm not like educated
Mm-hmm.
enough to like know that. So I just found out about the Voltaic stuff yesterday, and I don't really play games like Apex or like Rainbow Six Siege where I
Mm-hmm.
feel like these like bounce shot or like something like these crazy tracking scenarios like that doesn't really apply in Valorant, but I still feel like like having those skills would be like nice. So I guess I'm trying to get to plat in that, but
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I mainly mentioned Valorant because that's like the main game that I play. So I don't know if it's like easier to see like what my problems would be if I did something like I don't know like deathmatch in Valorant versus like something in Kovacs because I just feel like I've never played Kovacs, so I might feel uncomfortable or something doing it.
All right,
Uh,
so let me skim through these for a minute. So it seems like you're contradicting yourself a little bit. I can't figure out if you want to improve at benchmarks or if you want like better aim and to be able to play Valorant better, or if you just want cool scores on benchmarks.
Yeah, I'd say like I want to play to get better at like Voltaic, but I guess it's mainly to transition to play better in Valorant, if that makes sense. So I
That's
guess like play Voltaic without like the crazy tracking scenarios that like aren't really needed, if that's like if you get what I mean.
well, if you take it like if you play those benchmarks, you'll be and you try to focus on improving the at the benchmarks, you'll get you'll miss half the skills you need for Valorant, and you'll spend most of your time on skills that won't transition as directly to Valorant. So it's like two completely different things, if you know what I mean. It's like what
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean totally.
it's like if you want to just improve at like you say you found out about it literally yesterday.
Yeah, like literally yesterday. I don't know why. Like it literally just seems like Voltaic is like some hidden fucking aim Discord that only like the sweatiest of the sweats know about. Like I've watched like dozens of videos, and it's always like it was some rabbit hole video with like 4K views that mentioned Voltaic, and
Who
that's how I
made it?
found out about. I think it was like Slick Guy or Slick Skills
Oh,
Guy.
Silky Crisp.
Yeah, that guy, Silky Chris. Like
Yeah.
that video just randomly came up, and his video has like no views, and then that's how I found out about Maddie's channel, and then there's the Rids guys content. I
Oh,
don't
I
know. I
forgot
guess
about Red. Red's been gone for a while.
yeah, it's been like years, but I mean his content still seems very
Has it
very
been? I'm
good.
trying to remember the last time I heard from Red.
Yeah,
Probably
I
when he
clicked on his stream, but it's like
probably
3
when he
years ago.
blocked
His
me on
last
Twitter.
VOD. He blocked you. Would you guys have conflicting views or something?
Not really conflicting views, more he made a tweet about how meme culture was evolving and I responded with the hello fellow kids meme and then he blocked me for bad memes.
That's I was like super
It
super
was
sensitive.
he wasn't super sensitive. It was just funny. But yeah, the point is where were we going with this? So basically if your main goal is to improve at Valorant, where like you've only found out about benchmarks literally yesterday, then I'd say we should probably focus on Valorant related things.
Right.
So here, why don't you show me a deathmatch in Valorant and explain and then we'll look at how you aim in Valorant and
Yeah,
then we'll
sure.
think
So
about that.
I like put my webcam on like the corner of my monitor,
All right.
but
If
not
you
sure if it's like good enough to see, I guess.
yeah.
Let me see. I've never actually streamed. Hold on, let me see. Wait, how do I stream?
Share
Like
your
I
screen. Just the little button right. Yeah, there you
no,
go.
no, well, not that like this, but like how do I also show
Uh
like my hand cam from OBS?
you just turn on the camera.
Uh, wait. Oh, turn on camera. Wait, nothing's happening. Oh wait,
Uh
can it not be being used by OBS at the same time?
you
That might be what it is.
if the what's it on?
Yeah,
There
there
you
we go.
go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because I had an OBS because I was trying to also record this
All
just
right,
to look
nice.
back at it. But all
So
right,
let's see. Let's take a peek at a deathmatch if you can.
also, yeah, I did mention that I don't know if it actually matters. I really tried like generally because I do try to look at like stuff myself. I couldn't find like real evidence regarding if playing on 21 by 9 like hinders like not like like physical or like FPS performance, but like like skill wise, like does it affect like how you can like aim, or does it affect like your visual, your perception, or stuff like that? I literally couldn't find anything on it, but for some
The
reason, it feels like the 144 hertz is not like it feels smooth, just like one like on my because I have a regular Asus monitor, but it just like it feels like a synthetic 144 hertz. I don't know how to describe it. It just doesn't feel like as butter as if I use like a traditional like 24-inch 1920
it might
144 hertz.
just be the monitor you're using isn't as smooth or something.
Oh, it's possible. And I don't. There's also like some 1 millisecond motion blur thing that I
Yeah.
use, but
motion blur, isn't that, hold up. I forget, it's very important that you either shut it off or turn it on, but I forget which one. Off.
Yeah, I think it's exclusive to LG monitors based on the research I did. It's like called 1 millisecond motion blur reduction, something like that.
Match found.
Yeah, you definitely want motion blur off. It like blurs the frames together.
Warm up.
Let me turn it off real quick then.
Okay, it looks like the way this works is it just stretches your resolution so that you're still basically, the UI stays, actually changes, but the game itself, it looks like it just stretches it out so that you're playing on a 16:9 game, but
Yeah,
stretched.
like yeah, it's really weird.
So
Like
I
if
don't think that
like
will really affect your performance at all.
okay,
Is the monitor itself, what's the monitor?
I just know it's an LG curved
Well, is
like
it say
ultra
what
wide
what's its native aspect ratio?
21:9.
Yeah, just playing that.
Okay. I knew like if I ever wanted to like compete or something, I'd probably have to use the 69, but I don't really have aspirations of competing.
Why?
So.
Oh, because like the lands only have that.
Yeah, like lands and stuff. And
Yeah. Yeah, this is what this will basically do is the same thing as stretched res, where it just makes people thicker, which is helpful
oh, okay.
because it just makes them look bigger, so it's just easier to hit shots.
Make their fear your weapon. Or use a gun. Whichever. Fight! Their fears betrayed them.
Because if they stayed the same size, that could be seen as like having an advantage where you're able to
Yeah.
see more of the game than anyone else can on their monitor. Like how FOV sliders work.
Yeah.
İyi geceler.
What mouse are you using?
Hey, what's up?
What mouse are you using? I can't tell because it's so dark.
Uh, Razer Viper 8K.
Okay. Can you turn on some light so that your hand cam is like not just
Yeah. Hold on.
dark? Yeah.
I think I have an idea.
All right,
Louder?
nice, nice. Thank you.
Okay.
Very clean mouse pad.
Thank you.
Sleep.
Kills remaining. Five kills remaining. One kill remaining.
All right, launch up Kovacs for me. All right, so I don't really know what's on the current versions of the Voltaic benchmarks. I haven't really looked at them in about a year, and they've like released a new version that I looked at like once or twice when it came out a year ago, and I kind of don't know what's on it exactly.
Yeah.
So, hmm.
I think like I was looking at it. They have like a source code, but it's like I said, I'm like such a noob using it. I think I don't know if I was typing it in wrong, but like it didn't pop up when I searched it.
Oh, the
But
share code?
yeah,
You
the
just
share
gotta
code. Like
copy it and then just click on the little share code bar in the bottom. And then once you click on that, it'll automatically paste your clipboard if it's a Kovacs code, and then you just hit search and then you're done. Not the top bar, the bottom bar, you see it?
oh yeah, I'm just trying to find the Valorant version that they wanted.
The Valorant version?
Yeah, they have like a for like game specific kind of.
What's that got to do with the benchmarks though?
Uh, no, like the link to like the Kovacs playlist. I meant.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm really not.
If I don't know, can you see like my screen now?
I can see your Kovacs.
Oh, fuck, hold on. Change screen. How do I change screens? Oh, this is what they had.
So, what are we doing with this?
No, this is just like what I thought that that's what you meant by the voltaic thing, or were
No.
you specifically like actually talking about like the benchmark
Yeah, the
benchmark?
benchmarks. I have no idea what they. I have not
Uh,
seen their benchmarks in a while. That's like
see.
the fundamentals, which, if I remember correctly, is just playlists.
I think I made one actually. Yeah, this. So this is this the share code? Like this
I
code
still just
back.
see your Google Chrome.
Fuck.
Just share your whole screen so that I can just see what's going on.
Yeah, that'd probably be better.
Okay, so that's that.
I like this thing down here.
Yeah, that's the share code. That's how you copy it, and then you can paste it into the Kovacs.
Online.
Online playlists. Nope, nope, bottom search bar.
Oh,
And then you hit the search. And
oh,
then
I see,
yeah,
I
that's
see.
how it gets added. So yeah, we don't really, unless you want to like try and get a few high scores on those real quick, I guess we could. And then we can go into what we actually have to do. But yeah, it'd be on online playlists now. I'm just gonna scroll to it. I guess we can get you a few scores in that. Yeah, just play it.
I
Tab
don't
out
know
of
if
it
you
real quick.
recognize any of these, but
Is that not the benchmarks you were playing?
yeah,
You
this
have
is.
scores.
I didn't know if like you, because you said you weren't really familiar
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, it's all variations of the same stuff. They just keep basically remaking the same product over and over again with new names on it. But
Yeah.
yeah, just and like they scale it slightly, but it's everything in aim training is just slight changes to the same product over and over again. Here, if you want to go to the sheet, let's just look at whatever your lowest score is, and we'll just fix that real quick. Bounce shot. All right, open that up. Play that for me. Cool. You've only played these twice, so you'll get high scores fast. You can update that score if you want.
All right.
On the spreadsheet, what does that put you up to? Bronze, cool. All right, I'm gonna launch Kovacs myself. Let's see. Let's go to do you have any speed TS that's in the gray? Let's go to Sky TS. Let's go to the Sky TS scenario for now. Just done. All right, play it. All right, cool. Let's watch this real quick. All right, so both scenarios relatively the same thing, and Valorant also the same thing, which is actually pretty convenient. We can work on just one thing pretty much. So
Right.
bounce shot, I haven't played this in a while, so I don't know how bad or good my score is. Um, Bounce shot, very simple scenario, right? It's just a bounce 180, but they call it bounce shot for some reason. Because they curve the map, so it's like 179 degrees, so it's technically not a bounce 180 anymore, which is a different kind of scenario that it's basically what these bots do. They float around, and what you do is you track them, you go down with them, you go up with them, you waste a ton of time when you can just be going for when they're at their apex and like just clearing out as many as possible when they're at their apex, right? When they're at their slowest period of motion. You don't want to be tracking once a bot starts going down too far, like if you don't want to track it down with it, you want to keep your crosshair up and just aim high.
Right.
So let's see just and then oh yeah, and then the Sky TS, hold up. Let me go to Sky TS real quick. Oh wait, hold up, I almost forgot your other thing. So yeah, the other main thing is that you're very shaky, very inefficient with your movements. So the main thing I want you to focus on is that's like in Valorant, that's in Sky TS, that's in Bounce Shot, that's in all of them. You just are very inefficient with your movements, right? You're like kind of like this, whereas you should just be a lot smoother, slower, more steady. And there's scenarios we can use to work on that, but I want to see if just being aware of it, how much that'll affect you. So a lot of times just being aware of something. And then the scenario, same thing. You want to just be more smooth, more efficient, more fast, steady, smooth, efficient. You don't want to have a lot of shakes in your aim. You don't want to have curved flicks, stuff like that. You don't want to have a lot of micros shaking around. And the other thing, when you see 3 targets together or a group of targets together, go for the targets together. Like, see how there's 3 over here and 1 over here? Let's say I just killed a bot that's right here. I'd go here instead of here because that gives me more targets that are closer together. Try and, like, play target selection to your advantage.
Right.
All right, so let's see us reattempt of those scenarios. You can do either one first. I don't care, whichever one you want to try more. Hmm. You stick your arm out very far. Do you feel like there's a lot of pressure on your forearm from your shoulder?
Like right here, it feels like there's a lot of tension right there.
Tension, like muscular tension, or pushing down from the weight of your body into the table? Or both?
More like a muscular tension. I don't really
Okay,
feel like
that
I'm
makes
pushing
sense.
into my
That
table.
definitely. So here, pause the scenario for a second. Go to settings. Go to your keybinds. See where it says aim down or fire?
Yeah.
Change that. Change the secondary bind to that, or keep that as it was. And then change the secondary bind to be like a spacebar or something. Save it. All right, play it again. Or yeah, restart it. And just hold spacebar instead of shoot, and just think of your mouse as an egg while you do this. And then just try not to like crack the egg, you know what I mean? Hold it, like think of it as a fragile object. Try not to crack that. All right, so in attempt to smooth out, you've been you've kind of lost all of your speed, right?
Yeah.
So, did you feel like the muscular tension at least went away with that run?
Yeah, I did.
All right, that's
Felt a lot
good.
easier.
That's good. Now, I have been much worse than what you are right now, right? So I'm not just saying this as like so I'm not just saying this objectively, like I literally mean from even at your own skill level, it looks like you're aiming in slow motion, right? That's because
Right.
you're so you ever have to take a test for school before?
Yeah.
So you're like sitting there, you're doing flashcards, or you ever done flashcards to study for the test before?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's say you know all the flashcards. It's super easy. There's no struggle at all, right?
Right.
So that's not helping you prepare for the test, right? That's just helping you prepare for a test that you already are going to ace, or it's not helping you at all because the flashcards are incomplete or whatever, right? But the flashcards that help are the ones that really make you think, kind of force you to concentrate and think, do I know what this is? Do I know what this is? And then if you don't know, you kind of reveal it and then you try and drill that in your head when you get it wrong. And when you get it right, you're like reward yourself somehow, right?
Right.
So think of each flick as an individual flashcard, right? You want to focus on smoothing it out, but you don't want it to be the super easy flashcard that's not helping you prepare or study for anything. Like this run was those easy flashcards, right? You weren't pushing yourself, you weren't really challenging yourself, and it'll feel the same. It'll feel like that mental concentration effort, almost like a headache, even. That's why, not really a headache, but like just that extreme focus. It'll feel the same as flashcards. So you want to make sure you're keeping the speed up, keeping while trying to force smoothness out of your aim, and see how that goes for you. Try and force the better technique without going to this slow pace where it's effortless. Try and force the better technique at a pace where it's actually hard to do. So restart this scenario and play it again. Make sure you finish the bots off before flicking off them. Play that again with the same focus in mind. Don't even bother updating your sheet yet. You went
Oh
to the next
shit.
scenario.
Fuck.
It's Sky TS. Nice.
I don't know. I wasn't ready for that.
You're getting shakier. Nice. So are you at least aware of when your aim is shaky now that you're focusing on it?
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the main reasons why I feel like I do play on a higher sense because
What sense
I
are you on
feel
right now?
like it's I think it's like point in Valorant terms like 0.25 at 1600.
0.5, 400. Okay, 32 centimeters per 360. Got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the.
I'm still adjusting to the whole centimeter thing. I
Yeah, if
know
you
that's
dig
like
down the
a
rabbit hole,
term.
I've gotten to a point and I don't know if I should be more ashamed or proud to admit this, but I can basically I got a few Valorant sensitivities memorized, and then I can basically mentally calculate centimeters per 360 off of those.
Damn.
It's like I got
If
like
it,
0.3233-ish is 50 point for 800 DPI. Point 0.5 is 32 centimeters, and then you can just if it's 1.5 times that, I just got like here. See that little gear next to the either to the sensitivity. It's the same. Yep,
uh,
32.67. Like I
wow.
said. Yep.
Yeah. I
It's
I
a.
guess I feel like I play on a higher sense, so I can like,
It's.
cause to like to like, or what's the word, to like correct my over flicking, I guess. Like when I play at a lower sense, I feel like I can't correct it, I guess, because I don't
Oh,
trust myself to like flick exactly on the target like every single time. So I'd rather
no.
flick in the general vicinity and then like micro adjust. I don't know. That's my mindset.
And why does the higher sense help with that?
I don't. It just feels like I can aim to the general vicinity like faster and then micro adjust. Whereas if I'm like a slow sense, I feel like I under flick and then I'm like, if like
Okay,
for
yeah,
example,
you might.
like I feel like I'm always coming up short. If that makes sense.
You might not have given the low sense enough effort where you kind of gotta adjust yourself. Like if you switch from a high sense to a low sense, at first you will underflick for a bit, which has led a bunch of people to incorrectly make the assumption that lower sense can fix underflicking. It doesn't really, or fix overflicking, and higher sense can fix underflicking. That's not really how it works. Not because that's just an immediate reaction before you adjust to the fact that you're like changing your sense and changing, and then you adjust how you aim, and then all of a sudden all your old problems come back, right?
Right.
So if you go to a lower sense, like how much lower were you going?
I think before like probably like a month ago, I was playing on like point 0.1 lower, so I was at like point
0.1115. Okay, 54. Yeah, that's a big drop. Did you play on that for a while?
yeah, like I was playing Valorant probably for like a month, and I just felt like I was just like too slow.
Mm.
Like I couldn't like flick to like I don't know like for I don't know like let's say you're playing like bind and raise satchels like above truck like I couldn't like
Yeah, your
backspin.
vertical movements, was it mostly vertical that you felt that on?
Vertical, or if I like had to clear like two angles, like if I had to look to the right then look to the left like really
Okay.
fast, it felt like a little
Okay.
slow, I guess.
You
But
can go back
that's
to your
probably
normal
due to
sense.
that's
Yep.
probably due to just bad cross replacement or something. But
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bad crosshair placer as well, so no worries. Hit save. Um, yeah, that's where did I want to go with this? Yeah, let's see how much we improved by. Nice. Yeah. I don't know where you got the idea that you were silver from.
maybe
Here's
it
your
was the aim labs one.
oh, aim labs one. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I don't have this. Aim labs one.
Oh yeah, silver.
Yep. All right. You tried both of them last night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aim
Um,
labs one definitely felt easier, which is weird. Or I guess that makes sense. People
yeah.
say Kovacs is harder.
I wouldn't say that necessarily because they try to keep them the same. Like the guy who made both of them, it's actually the video I'm gonna release later today or tomorrow. I also made the video with the guy who made both these benchmarks, right?
Right.
And where was I going with this? Basically, he tries to keep them the same, like difficulty. That's why you're pretty much the same rank. It's just the reason the aim labs and Kovacs ones might have some slight skill disparity. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. But don't get me wrong, when I first found these benchmarks, the I got 2 bronze scores and the rest were iron. That was 2021, but like point is, point is, it only goes up from here. You're not actually starting that bad either way. Here, go back to
Yeah, this
Kovacs.
shit is nuts to think people can get like 4 times the score I'm getting.
Yeah, I mean, that's Maddie for you, you know?
Yeah.
Scroll up. Scroll up on the playlist and let's go back to bounce shot and let's see if you can remember the techniques we talked about there where you were a bit smoother, tried to do the things and also try and hit them when they're at their apex, like hit the high up targets. Let's see how that helps you.
God damn it. I'm trying to keep my crosshair up, but they just keep flying near me in my face.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get a fast flick and kill one of them on his way down, that's fine. It's just the majority of them you want to try and hit at their easiest point, right? Which
Yeah.
is when it's the slowest. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry about that pause. Actually, the guy we were talking about right before that run happened to DM me. The guy who made these benchmarks and the other ones.
Yeah, I think I might have seen this is like low
Yeah, low
gravity or something.
gravity. Yeah, he just
Uh,
DM'd me by
uh,
coincidence. Sorry about that. But hit done. Let's see. So you got some high scores there as promised. If you want to go back to the spreadsheet and throw that one on so you can see what if it ranks you up. 730. Bounce shot top one. 730. That might be enough to push you to silver. Nope. So go to Smoothbot Novus. I guess we might as well just keep using these scenarios since you want the scores to do what we want to do. Hit play. And now play the scenario.
oh wait, fuck, god damn. Is there a way I could turn? Like, is there a? Yeah, this. I need this. Like, I'm not ready. Like, it just goes instantly the moment it starts.
Aim Labs.
And like half of them, I'm like, I don't even know how to do.
You gotta restart it if you want it
Oh.
to. Yeah.
Okay.
You can use your spacebar again if it helps you relieve the tension. Try to be very smooth on the spot. That's why they call it smooth bot. But yeah, just try not to be as shaky as you are. Nice. High score. But also, here, watch my screen for a second.
Gotcha.
Mouse is reconnecting. All right, nice. So, yeah, what's that one called? Smoothbot. Yeah, it's just they didn't change the name on that one.
Yeah, it feels really weird because I'm trying to like actively track it, and I feel like I could track it better if I'm like forcing myself to just like throw like my tracking in front of it just to like so it hits. But like
Yup.
it feels like I'm cheating if I do that.
Throw your tracking in front of it. All right, so I think you were kind of getting at what I wanted to get at. So basically, there's two kinds of ways you can miss the target in Smoothbot that I usually see. It's like some variation of either doing this, where you're basically to miss the target, you can either be in front of it or behind it. To be in front of it consistently, you'd require some kind of like godly knowledge of the future or something. You can't really consistently camp in front of a bot, right? That doesn't make any sense. Or at least if you're trying to hit it, if you're not trying like I was just not trying, or you can end up behind it, right? Those are the two places that you can miss the bot, in front or behind. So what a lot of people do, they'll either be so shaky that they end up in front, then behind, in front, then behind, and they miss a lot because they're shaking around the bot, where they're like tracking near it. They're not actually getting on it, right? And this is obviously over-exaggerated. I always over-exaggerate my examples to make it very clear. Or you can trail it where you're staying behind it, and I think that's what you were talking about. Throw yourself on it, right? But in order to throw yourself on it, you got to make sure that you don't just become this issue again, because if you're trailing and then you throw yourself on it, then you have to go back to it, then all of a sudden, boom, you're back shaking. We don't want that. So what you want to do is instead of just flick to it, you want to smoothly accelerate and then decelerate when you're on it so that you basically... I'm trying to think of a way. Basically, you want to make it so that instead of flicking to it, you're making a very smooth, steady motion to it that you can That's still faster than the bot, right? Because if it's the same pace as the bot, you're just trailing again. But you want to make sure you accelerate onto the bot in a way that once you get to the bot, you can match the speed of the bot without having to stop.
Yeah, I get you. I don't know how easy it is to apply it, but yeah, makes sense.
All right, nice. So now let's try. It's honestly smooth. Not trailing, I feel, is the easiest thing to apply out of all the techniques. Like, it's the things that I saw the fastest improvement on. Like, yeah, was just, it's like honestly one of the few things that's same day improvement. Don't know how easy it is to act on it. Told you it was easy to act on. Go to the spreadsheet. Let's see if we got you another high score or another. It was like
What was it?
321. Oh, it's smooth, but yeah, 321. Nice.
Bro, this is crazy. How is this only gold, bro? What? Or it's not gold, but like this is gold. Like that
Yeah.
means like if some fucking grandmaster did this, they'd get like what 8,000 or something.
No, the maximum score you can possibly get on the scenario, I think, is around 5,500.
That's ridiculous.
Because you'd have to hit every shot. Basically, that's what I don't like about what they did here. If you want to go back to the scenario,
I also feel like if you
what you'll see, yeah, 5,500 is the maximum score. I don't, you kind of clicked off of it, but you had 60% accuracy, right?
yeah,
Which made it hard to actually work on the trailing issue, because of course you're not gonna have a, you're always staying so close to the bot because it's pretty easy. Let's see, who's the top scores on this? Scroll down a bit. Oh, there's Tragedy.
wait, this guy is this Torex person legit or these are real scores? I don't
Uh,
know.
I've never seen the Torex name before, but the next two are definitely legit, and they're 4 points and 20 points behind. So I'm gonna say he's legit.
Bro, they had like another thing too. Like I feel like, which is something I actually thought about, which does which it was in a Maddie video, which made me kind of think like that's like an issue that no
Hmm.
one really mentions. I feel like once you do like some of these tasks, like for example, like passing, for example, is one of the ones that Maddie's like godly at. You do it so many times that I feel like you're not even like actively improving the skill, but instead you're just memorizing the bot patterns. If that makes sense.
So it's a bit of both. Like Passu, you do get very good at memorizing bot patterns, but at the same time, the bots are random, so there's only so much to be memorized
Yeah.
until you can't do it anymore. And that's why I never really loved the benchmark system that much. Not because in itself it's a bad idea, but because in aim there's just a million things you can be bad at and a million things you can be good at. And to claim that there's like 6 categories of aim and nothing else is problematic. The main one that comes to mind is, think about this. You get peaked in Valorant, right? You have to react and shoot the guy. But none of the flicking scenarios require you to react. They all let you plan your flick in advance. Whereas there's plenty of scenarios that require reflex flicks, right? Those weren't, when they started structuring benchmarks, the scores on those weren't great. They didn't have great consistency and great methods of scoring those. And as a result, they didn't put any of those on the initial benchmarks. And because of that, they've never been added to any benchmark since, right?
Like reactive aiming, basically.
Reactive flicking, I think,
Or,
is
yeah.
because they have reactive tracking, which is And then the reactive tracking scenarios, that's the other thing. Like, you notice that you have 60% accuracy and you got a bronze score. Like, the issue with these benchmarks was that they put so much, um, what's it called? Um, Accuracy to get the rank for their reactive tracking that, I'm not sure. Did you see Maddie's reactivity video?
No, I haven't watched it.
No, you put it out. I didn't watch the whole thing either, to be honest with you. But basically, what they do in these reactive tracking scenarios is they make them so smooth that they start to kind of lose what makes them a reactive tracking scenario and more just become a high accuracy smoothness scenario or a bit more reactive on the end of a smoothness scenario.
Yeah.
So that's kind of some of the issues I had with benchmarks, but with you, you're we basically just need to work on your shakiness, your smoothness, your efficiency in terms of micro adjustments and flicks. And honestly, smooth tracking will also help with that. So for your level, these honestly will be somewhat helpful for your level and your issues, right? But
Yeah.
as you get to a certain level, you want to, which is not that high, like maybe you 2 weeks from now, you want to kind of branch out and do other things. And half of Voltaic hates me for saying that. Half of them. Like, you go into that server and mention me, 50-50 chance you're going to get, like, someone who hates me. And then you got, like, the guy who makes these, who I'm, like, working on Valorant routines with, that people actually use that, newsflash, do have the skills that these don't work on. But, like, it's
Right.
it's not a very centered group. It's a interesting server. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I think that's probably a better. So I mean, not like hating and like liking somebody. I mean, like having
yeah.
like conflicting views and like learning from multiple sources
That's
to
the other thing I've
have your
noticed
own.
about the AIM community. They tend not to take kindly to conflicting views. Like, I really like, I'm not joking. I enjoy people telling me I'm wrong about something because then I can look into why I'm wrong and then I can make another video about it. I get
Right.
more content from learning new things, but a lot of people who AIM train do not think about it that way.
Yeah, that's probably the
It's,
worst way to go about it.
yeah. If you want to go to online scenarios for me,
Online scenarios.
search up PGTI vertical. P GTI vertical. Oh yeah, vertical silver. It's like the sixth one down. It'll be the second one down once you try to click.
Silver.
Yep.
Is this the rating? 2.8.
Play it.
Jesus.
2.8. That's just like a
Track.
community rating. I don't really know exactly how those work, but
What is
is
a PGTI arc?
um what's it called? Precise Orb was basically just a rename of PGTI, which is
Oh,
basically
there's
just an,
no way I could do this,
an
bro. What?
acronym for Popcorn Goated Tracking Invincible.
This is impossible.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
doing
no, I
fine.
watched Maddie. I watched Maddie do a video on this, and he was just like dead accurate. I don't know how. But
It's just something you got to work on. Try not to trail as much when the bot's going up. It says, yeah, PGTI basically. So the thing about Kovacs in here is like they kind of evolve. I think it's
am I
actually,
supposed to like track it all the way to the floor, or, like kind of
yeah,
leave
yeah.
my
Just
crosshair?
go. I mean, at your skill level for better scores, going out of the floor all the way to the floor might honestly hurt the scores. But we're not trying to score. We're trying to improve.
And you're just like holding down the fire button the whole time, right?
Holding down fire, yeah. You can use your space bar or your click for now, whatever helps you relax tension. As you progress, you want to try to learn to not have tension while clicking down, but I don't think that's really your top priority, especially where you're a tech FPS player. The goal of this is I noticed in a lot of your vertical flicks, you just not be smooth. So we're just gonna, or really anything efficient at all. You were very inefficient with vertical flicks. So yeah, that's the point of this.
This actually feels impossible. I don't know how people do this. Like once it goes past like the center of my screen, it's over.
Yeah, it's just a matter of you're mechanically. I'm watching your hand cam too. Mechanically, unless you feel like your arms putting a lot of pressure on the table, which I don't
My
know
arm's
if
not
you do.
actually touching the table right now. I guess it's
Yeah.
more like
So
my
it's
forearm
and
if
do you
it's
feel like your
touching.
forearm might be at that angle? Do you feel like it's a bit wide where you're having to activate your shoulder to lift it up more than
No, it's
you'd
mainly
need to
just it feels like extra tension in my
from your
forearm, like it's
shoulder?
burning. No, not my shoulder, just like this. It just feels like it's
All
starting to
right.
burn because I'm like super tense. I'm like trying to like
Yeah, you got to make sure you
grip my
relax the
mouse.
tension. That's big. That's the main thing.
Holy fuck.
You don't have to. You can use spacebar to shoot too if that helps. I see your spacebar's not being pressed. Yeah, and not click when you shoot. So that'll probably help. And yeah, you don't have to keep playing this. Just treat the scenario. Yep, you're getting better. You're getting better. You just really want to try to release the tension, be smooth when you go up and down. Yeah. All right, cool. You wanna? I'm just gonna
Holy
pause for a
fuck, I
minute.
can't. This is fucking AIDS.
Yeah, you don't have
Holy
to keep
shit.
doing. You don't have to keep doing that. So let's hit the black X.
Black X, Black X.
Yeah. Um, what do I want to look at? Let me think through my thoughts for a minute. PGTI silver, PGTI, PGTI. Um, oh yeah. Now that you've done that for a few runs, let's go back to the Sky TS, see how you're able to see if that helped the vertical smoothness at all. Just getting it in your head on scenarios on my playlists. It's right there, yeah. Let's go back to the Sky TS. SKY. Nice.
I don't even remember what this is.
Try to
Keep
increase
think-
speed a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whenever they're like right here, like there's like
hmm
this awkward like I feel like I'm doing this like with my hand. It's kind of
Uh,
uncomfortable a bit.
oh yeah. You gotta make sure you pull your hand down before your fingers run out of range of motion. That's just a matter of practice because what I think I have a theory. Your only FPS you've played is Valorant and maybe a bit of CS.
I played a lot of Overwatch,
A
but
lot of Overwatch, really.
yeah, I was like masters in Overwatch.
Were you on M&K?
Yeah,
Really?
sure.
What
Yeah.
role?
DPS and support.
Really?
So I
What
played, yeah,
which heroes?
a soldier and
Really? You were
yeah,
a
soldier.
master soldier. That
Yeah,
actually
soldier
surprises me.
and soldier, and then I played like Anna. Yeah, I actually did play a lot of hit scan, but I don't
That
know something about like Overwatch just feels like I don't know the aim is like different. I guess like when you play so much like people's patterns, like the tracking is just like I don't know much easier. I guess.
I know what you mean, but it's just your vertical movements are very a lot more limited than you'd expect from someone who's playing soldier against Widowmakers.
I see. I don't know. I have no idea.
Like, I don't know. It's I
The funny
honestly,
thing is, I played a lot of Soldier and McCree, but I sucked at Widowmaker. I hated Widowmaker.
you sucked at them, or you
Yeah,
sucked
so
at
no,
what
Widowmaker, but I was
on
good at
Widowmaker?
McCree and Soldier. Yeah.
No, I'm saying when you play against the Widowmaker, that's what it surprises me.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
were you good playing against them when they were specifically when they were like repelling up and like in the air?
Uh, I mean, most of the time, I did. If they had like a Widowmaker that like took hook shots like that, I would just avoid them. To be honest, I would play angles where they couldn't like get to me,
Okay,
like be able to see me, like, pretty much. I wouldn't
because
ever like try to fight them.
yeah, because my point is, you look like you don't have a lot of mechanically, your vertical movements, like in the raw physical human world, your physical movement mechanics are fine. Like your chair's at a right height. A lot of times people's chair will be too low. They can't really move it up and down. And a lot of times people will either not use their shoulder or not use their fingers when you're aiming. You use everything, you're fine. But what I do notice is that you're very stiff in the vertical movements, if I want to say, and it's almost like it's not natural to you, which is why it surprises me. You've had a lot of time playing Overwatch where you would be practicing that a lot,
Yeah.
but
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
like whenever I'm doing like, 'cause okay, I think you're supposed to like technically like if I'm doing vertical movement, like for when I was doing like the thing that you just asked me to do, the silver thing, like I feel like I had to like move my hand up and down like this.
Hmm.
But then like if it's like scenarios like this or there's like things at the top, like I'm not actually like I mean I think I'm supposed to, but I'm not actually like doing this, but instead I'm just like sliding the mouse like this.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
when it's narrow enough, you can get away with that. That's fine. With
Yeah.
your
So like
fingers,
when
yeah,
it
that's
goes,
fine when it's narrow, but as it gets wider and wider, that's you gotta kind of be able to use both without thinking about either one.
yeah,
If you want to update the spreadsheet, see if we've got you to silver yet. Um, all right, let's
I
try
have to get
another.
at least
I don't
950.
want to try another one of the smooth bots. You can. So I do not want to try anything else.
I
You
have
can.
unranked scores. Holy, I'm
Oh,
garbage.
actually, I do want to try one other thing. Let's do the one while six target small.
One wall, six targets. Is that the static one?
Yeah, hit done. Scroll up. It's the one on the VT Novus benchmarks. The one on the benchmarks.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Trying to go faster than I feel like I can, but I'm losing accuracy because of it.
What you want to do, the reason you're struggling with that is because when you increase speed, you decelerate too late. What I want you to try and do is start your acceleration and your deceleration sooner. So you accelerate
So
faster but
confusing.
decelerate sooner. Does that make sense?
Kinda sounds really confusing to try and do in the moment.
Hold up. But you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, yeah, I get
All right,
it.
so just try. You won't get it right the first time, but just keep that in mind and see how you improve. Accelerate harder, decelerate faster. Remember, accelerate harder, decelerate sooner. It's really hard to focus on and fix that technique, but just work
Yeah.
on that and you'll improve at the static. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make you a playlist. How long do you, let's see, how many days has this aim training phase of yours been going on for?
I literally just started yesterday. Like I never usually like
All
my
right.
quote warm up for Valorant. I'll shoot some static bots for like 2 minutes, and I just fucking send it.
All right, we're training for 10 minutes a day for you for now.
Okay.
Which means I need to find, which means I probably only want one run of each scenario I use. So we're gonna use 1x smooth bot voltaic easy. It'll require more accuracy, so you can actually, or it will have you be less accurate.
Yeah.
So you'll have to work on trailing more. Don't trail, don't shake. Second scenario, PGTI vertical silver will require you to PGTI vert, be smooth and steady. That way you're tracking them out the whole time. Let's see. Third scenario. One wall, 6 targets small. 1W6TS. Accelerate fast, decelerate a bit sooner to prevent overflicking, reduce shakiness on micros. Next scenario, Vox TS. It's basically just the Sky TS, but Vox TS. Be straight to an extent, but also move fast. Let's see. Pasu. Be smooth when approaching bots. B180. I'll throw on a B180 so you can work on it. B180 will take easy. Actually, no, we're gonna do 2 runs of each of these scenarios because these cover. No, wait. Actually, I'm gonna do. All right, we're gonna do. It's gonna be a 12-minute playlist. I lied.
That's fine.
Raw mouse control clicking 3. B. Try to be accurate. Push speed once you feel your mouse is steady. So it's really all about making sure you feel like your mouse is steady, like you're in control. Another thing, don't glide. Right now, what you're doing would be called gliding, where you don't give the mouse enough initial acceleration so that you can easily land right on the target. It'll one lock you at 890 or like whatever score. It makes it very hard to improve. And
Yeah.
two, it's not good. You want to have your flicks be fast, initial flicks, right? Um,
Yeah, it's because I learned my sense 5.1. I just wanted to see if it made a
okay,
difference.
I got you. Yeah, that's kind of how you change. That's kind of how you learn to not do that on a lower sense. You just gotta change the technique, if you know what I mean, so that when
Yeah.
you just actively work on not doing that, and then it won't make a difference. But if you let it make a difference, it will. Yeah, but
Fuck.
that's why we worship or not worship. That's why that's like the not gliding thing is like the main takeaway from Maddie Overwatch's static guide if you watch it. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I noticed when I try to because I was trying to focus on the like when I do verticality movements, like to not do this because
Mm-hmm.
like for example, like here, like I get stuck. Like if this
Mm-hmm.
was like what I'm like, I can't like go down. So when I do this, I feel like I have to move slower because like
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to like flicking like this, but
Yeah.
like I'm not used to flicking like with my hand, like doing this.
Flicking
Moving
past
up.
the range of your fingers.
Yeah, or no, just like the motion of like moving my mouse up and down.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a new one. That's definitely
yeah,
something that requires a bit of a learning curve if you've been playing a lot of games. And I do want you to learn it because it will help you a lot with like people like the raises updrafting at you or whatever it's called, satcheling.
yeah.
So where do we want to? Is there anything else I want to get at? Um, I think I've
I
gone
don't know
over
if you,
everything I want to go over. I made the playlist. Oh yeah, I got to share you the playlist. That's what I've been forgetting to do.
you
Sure.
feel like this mouse is too big or small for my hand. Like it feels honestly it feels does feel kind of big, but I'm not sure how like a
I
smaller mouse would feel in my
personally
hand.
prefer the HSK Pro Ace. It's 27 grams, super light, super fast, super sleek. It's up to you what you
There's
do though.
so many
It's very
mice out. You
small
know what that
though. It's
means?
like half the size of your mouse. It's kind of a lot of people put too much weight into it. It's a convenience, but it won't do a ton for you if how much does that mouse weigh?
I have no. That's I'm not a fucking. Like, let me Google it.
Lighter mice I feel are easier to keep lower tension on.
Uh, 71 grams.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy.
Wait, really? Wow, I didn't even know.
But I mean, you can get away with it if you like it. If you have the money to buy a new mouse, I'd
Yeah, I
try something
definitely
a bit
do. That's
lighter.
why. I feel like if I had like a lighter mouse, like those, like this kind of movement would be
Yeah.
easier to do.
If you like that shape, I know Final Mouse is coming out with the 29-gram mouse that's similar shaped.
I used to use a Death Adder, but the Death Adder definitely felt like a fucking brick in my hand. So I had to like the Viper just is like slightly smaller.
Yeah, if you think you'd prefer just about it's a matter of choice, but yeah.
And then
Uh
this part of your hand, does this touch your pad at all?
my pad,
Like yeah, like this ball part. Like
um
I feel like
a little bit. I think
when
I
I'm
know
moving
the
the up and down,
fish.
it's like there's like friction, like
Have you
stopping
considered
me from
buying an
being.
arm sleeve?
I've never tried it. I
It's
mean, I've
like
used
it's
it.
like the same thing as like someone will use for basketball compression kind of arm sleeve.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's the compression sleeve. If you
I
it,
think what was it you who made, someone made a video on it, but
I
they
might have
said
made a
you had
video.
to, yeah, they did some the video I was watching mentioned that you have to get one that's like stitched the
Yup,
opposite of your
that might have
mouse
been a
pad.
Kovacs video. That is a big thing. Basically if the arm sleeve is threaded the same way as your mouse pad, it'll stick to the pad. If it's threaded oppositely, it won't because when it's threaded the same way, the threads kind of fall into their holes and you're stuck.
Uh, I'd have to. Do you have like a link to like or a recommendation, a website? I've
I
never bought one of
gonna
those
be
in my
honest
life.
with you. I've owned three. Two of them just came in the same box as my mouse, and one of them I got in the box with a SkyPad I bought, or I didn't even buy it. I just got and given. I just got it sent to me.
Oh, is that the
So
glass pad?
yeah, so I've never actually bought an arm sleeve, and it just happens by chance. All three of mine have been threaded the right way for my mouse pad. So I don't
Wow.
really know where to buy them or like which ones you'd want to buy.
Yeah, I was probably on Amazon or something. I
Yeah,
just
there's
thought
plenty of
like
them on
some.
Amazon, and also if you just go to like a sports store, like a Dick's Sporting Goods, I don't know if you're in America, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in Florida.
Yeah. Do you guys have Dick's Sporting Goods down there,
Yeah, they usually buy like the
or like
mall or something.
somewhere to buy sports stuff? If you just go look at how your mouse pad's threaded, go to a sports store, buy something threaded like it, and
All
yeah,
right. Yeah, and then for like, cause like the mouse you mentioned, like I've never like I'm not like hating or on the brand or anything. I just never fucking heard of it. So like it's probably not something that I could buy at like a Best Buy. Do you have like a
Oh yeah, it's
generic brand version of a mouse that's like would
you.
be more lightweight, like a HyperX or like a
No
Steel
generic
Series.
brand has released a lightweight mouse ever.
Holy fuck.
Um,
Jesus.
can you not get packages delivered from like Amazon?
Oh no, yeah, I can. I was just like, I'm like the type I'd literally like after this session, I just fucking drive to Best Buy and get it.
I don't think there's anything at Best Buy that would be lightweight in turn. The closest thing is that final mouse, and it's not even out yet.
Uh, well, I mean,
I mean,
shit. At least
there's like
lighter.
60,
This is heavy.
50. I think the lightest mainstream mice that might be carried in a Best Buy, and when I say might, I mean might, like high 40 grams. This thing's like 27, so
I mean,
it's really
30-gram difference. I don't know. Maybe that that's better than
20-gram
71.
difference. 20-gram difference.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, most of the mice are, yeah, it's,
Yeah, 'cause I thought this this mouse was like light, but I guess it's fucking heavy. Shit.
I mean, it's, mice are getting so much lighter, so much faster that, what's it called? They just keep getting lighter faster. So by the standards of like 3 years ago, that was a pretty light mouse. By the
Yeah.
standards of today, it's not a light mouse.
And do you think it matters? I mean, in my head, I've always imagined if it's wireless, there has to be some kind of input lag. Maybe for most people, not enough for it to matter. But I mean, I would rather just always use a corded mouse. I would never use wireless.
I prefer lighter mice. I think they help release a bit of tension, make some easier finger motions and stuff like that. If that's does that answer your question?
Yeah, yeah, yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
nice. I was also browsing the G Wolves website looking for something for you at the same time. Yeah, this is the specific model of my mouse. It's Control Z, Control C. It's my specific mouse in its color. I would have bought it in purple, but they ran out of purple when I went to order. Or
It's
not
so
not
great.
what
A lot
they
of
didn't
the
even
mice
release.
that I see like high level aimers use, it always has like these fucking holes in them. It looks so weird.
Reduces weight.
Uh,
Nope.
Dude, that
That's
looks like a fucking like those laptop mice that you get, like those Logitech ones that come in like a pack or something when you buy
the
like a
difference is those
laptop.
are cheaply made with heavy materials. These are slightly less cheaply made with light materials.
Dude, that looks so small. It's like half the size of a fucking regular mouse.
It's about the length of my pointer finger.
That's fucking wait. You have to like be making like a spider adjustment or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is
Here, I just took a
insane.
picture for you.
Wait, does it not touch like your palm at all?
Nope.
That must
It's
feel
too
so
small.
weird.
Can't. No. If you want some palm contact for stability, I might just wait till
What? That's that's the craziest shit I've ever
If
seen.
you want palm contact for stability, I'd wait till Final Mouse releases their next thing, or if you got the money to just buy a bunch of mice, I'd buy maybe like a Model O and then switch when Final Mouse releases their thing. But
Yeah.
I prefer no palm contact as it lets me go way further back with the vertical motion. Like you know how you hit that
Uh,
point where you on the bottom of the Sky TS where you were unable to hit them because your fingers hit their max range
oh,
of motion.
and it's wireless. I didn't even
And
know
it's
that.
wireless, yeah. It's the lightest wireless mouse in the world. The lightest mouse in the world's like double the price, not even, and it's wired.
Dude, that it literally looks like you're holding a fucking strawberry or something. That is insane.
It's a small mouse.
Holy fuck. Wait, do you do benchmarks
No,
at all? Oh, but no, I
not
think your
in
aim labs
any.
is show at least. I mean, well, the video I watched,
I'm
it
very
was
I'm
a year
very
ago, but
mid in terms of aim standards. Like I'd consider myself, most people consider me mid. I've spent more time looking into how to coach people than I have actually playing aim trainers.
yeah.
Like I've spent more time in DMs of people who are very good, like talking to them about how they improved on like line, looking at podcasts. I had this one point this summer. I spent like there were a few weeks over last year's summer where I probably spent more time on an average day listening to some Stanford guy talk about neurology and how the brain learns skills than I
Like
did
some
actually
Andrew
in aim
Huberman type
trainers.
shit.
Huberman, it was literally the Huberman podcast. Yeah, I spent
I was about to say it, the
more
fucking
time.
Huberman
I
guy.
spent more
Yeah.
time on Huberman's podcast and like, and then also making the videos. Then I spent a lot of time making videos, and after a while, I just didn't get enough time aim training in compared to the amount of time I was making content and thinking about how to, and getting new video ideas obviously required learning more. So I spent more time as an ideas person than actually executing any of the
Yeah.
ideas, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's why I mean that's like one of the main reasons why I went with you. I didn't want to go with somebody who's just like I don't know. I don't even know if Maddie just coached me. But like if I feel like
Maddie's
if I got
coach.
coach,
Maddie doesn't do any private coaching right now. He's a smart guy. I did a stream. It's currently unlisted, but there's a playlist that's public to it on my main channel. It's me and Maddie just talking about aim for I want to say. Let me find this. Yeah, there's a hour and a half of long stream on my channel of just me and
uh,
Maddie talking aim. He's a smart guy. He knows
yeah,
what he's doing.
I just didn't want if I ever like got coaching from something like that. I feel like they're gonna because everyone has like such a like I don't know how to explain. Like, everyone has like a certain style. Like so, if I got coached for like I don't know Kovacs or something or like aiming, everyone's aim theory is like slightly different.
Yep.
Or like, 'cause, like I think I watched one of his videos like and he was talking about Kovacs and I think he was talking about like an MBM style of aim where he's just like fuck accuracy, just like fucking double click and like actively flick to like everything you possibly fucking can.
I like the
And
MBM approach, just you got to learn the basic smoothness first. A lot of people, like if you take MBM's approach at a very low level, what happens is you end up with just shaking and spray and praying, right? But when you do it at a
yeah,
high level, it's kind of pushing speed. It's more in control because you're more aware of how your mouse moves.
yeah.
It's like I do like MBMs, especially for Valorant, where like you have a lot of bullets and you only have to hit one of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then oh, I think I watched Maddie's video on I think the craziest video I watched yesterday was the history of one wall six targets. 'Cause
That was a
I,
Maddie video, right?
yeah, I think it was a Maddie video because because I mean to me I don't even know what I scored on that. I don't know, like 900 or something. And then I think the record like years ago when it first started was like Zeke he got like 1500. I'm like, dude, that is like I feel like if I practiced for a fucking year I couldn't even do that. And then
No, you
fucking
couldn't.
Bardos fucking comes and then he just absolutely fucking slams it. Goes to
AimLab's vice
1600
president of product.
and then he goes to 1700. Then he goes to 8. Dude, that is like 1800 like has to be like pushing inhuman levels.
Yeah,
That is insane.
he
Wait,
it's
do
it's,
they?
it's
It's so weird. Like these people don't compete in like actual like video games.
Bardos was tier 2 Valorant back in the day.
Yeah, but like the only person I recognize in here that's like actually I think Elige, like Elige is a part of like Voltaic, I think. But
Elige, I think he is getting coaching from them, and they kind of just threw him in the group as almost like an honorary promotional position. I don't think he's actually doing
I think he's
any.
Grandmaster.
They I'm not saying he's bad at aiming. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is that I think he's just in the group because he's a liege. They were coaching him, and they're like, "Yo, can you join this group?" Like I think his official position. Let me look it up. Does he still follow? Oh yes, he
So
still follows me on
staff,
Twitter. That's like my
staff,
main.
community figure,
Yeah,
pro.
he's
These are
technically a
tags.
staff member. He's not even like a player for them. He's a staff member. So like he's officially a Discord mod for Voltaic, not even a
Wait,
actual.
I'm like I just assumed like when they say like team, like do they actually have like teams that compete in like Valorant, or
Not
are they just
real.
like
I mean, there's not really any competitions for them to compete in right now, so they don't
uh
really have like it's like if AIM was an esport, they would compete, but every attempt to make it an esport's kind of been very mid.
yeah, the only
And
one I
it's
saw, I mean I didn't follow it, but like think Maddie or like someone beat like Maddie in like some $35,000 aim labs competition or some crazy shit like that.
50,000 and it was MBM.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then Maddie wasn't the best back then at all. It was like you had a whole nother cycle of the best players before you got to Maddie being the best in the world between MBM's contest. And Maddie didn't really become definitively the best until this year.
Uh,
He kind of
I mean,
just like he was always good, don't get me wrong, but like this past year he went from like being like a very good dynamic clicker and like very high level to literally the all around best in the world. And I don't even know how. Probably a lot of Adderall and among other things.
yeah, I mean, if you dedicate fucking your life to it for like 8 hours a day, I mean, fuck.
Exactly. Yeah, but the biggest flex I have is Elige following me on Twitter. It's like
What
my
happens when you make good content, I guess.
I don't even know. I don't even know if he's seen a video or how he came to follow me on Twitter, what happened, but he follows me on Twitter and it's my only flex. It's like there's this kid who plays CS, like the kid next to me back at college, his dorm, the kid in the dorm next to me was a big CS player, and I was like, but does Elige follow you on Twitter? He's like, what the fuck?
That's pretty cool.
I'm like, yep. But yeah, so if you got nothing left, I got nothing left. We're well past an hour, so it's not like I'm just stalling to finish the session. We've been past an
No,
hour for a while. I've just been enjoying this conversation. But yeah, if you got no other questions for me, I'm good to call the session and you can get
yeah,
to
I think
training.
that's pretty much
You got
everything.
your playlist? Yeah,
Yeah.
just try to play it every single day. 12 minutes. It's not that hard. It's very easy when you go down the whole rabbit hole to what's it called, to want to aim train for 2 hours a day, and then you want to aim train for a 30-minute 1 hour day after like a
Wait,
few days of
is
that.
this the
After
Kovacs peaking? Is that the share code?
Kovacs peak, yeah, that's a share code. You can't control them; they're randomly generated. Um, so like
That's
the share code itself has nothing to do with the playlist. Brick red heaven. Looks like bricked heaven. But what was I going with this? Oh yeah. When did you find my channel? Did you also first find my channel last night?
No, I think I found your channel like a while ago. I
Okay.
think yeah, it was. I think there was like somebody that you were coaching, and then this is when like
Noted.
I don't know if it was noted. It was somebody like I just remember that it was like not fracture breeze. Breeze was in the map pool, and then I remember you watched. I think I was watching the video and you like it might have been noted. I don't remember, but
Could have
you
been
built them a
Zexro.
playlist. Yeah, Zekro. I think
Zexro,
yeah,
yeah.
that sounds way more familiar. You built like a playlist for them, and
Yeah.
then like as they practice, you know they notice like large improvements, and I
Yeah.
was like I've been following you since then, but
It's pretty cool.
I didn't really like get back like like cause YouTube like I wasn't watching like aim training stuff, so then
Yeah, I
I
got you.
think
I haven't
yesterday I was
uploaded in like
watching.
3 months
Yeah, I
until
mean, you're
last
honestly
week.
your videos still like cycle around. Like, 'cause as soon as I started googling like aim training stuff, like your stuff like pretty much came up.
Yeah,
I wish. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm happy I managed to pull that off. It was a kind of just a spur of the moment decision when I made a YouTube channel. I was like, yo, what if I uploaded something to YouTube? Like I just made it, and I wasn't really thinking much when I kind of just made a YouTube channel, and I actually went somewhere.
Uh,
Funnily enough.
yeah, I feel like there's so many like people who I feel like it's like a damn hustle almost. Like, no, okay, you definitely not because I could just say that based on our session, but like, there's so many people that are just like they get to like Immortal or like Radiant and Valorant, and they're just like doing coaching, and they have like no fucking clue what they're talking about.
To be
Like, because
fair,
I've
I'm more of an aim coach. I'm not really
yeah, no. But this is like that's what I mean though. Like when they talk like I remember I got coached from like a Valorant coach one
yeah.
time, and the dude literally said, 'cause I think he asked me to go in deathmatch, and he's like, okay, I feel like your sense is too high, so I want you to half your no, it wasn't. You ever heard of a guy called Titan? It's like
Titanus.
Titan. Yeah, yeah. It was basically like him. Like his thing, bro. I swear to God, this guy has a fucking cult. He literally got like 10 bro. I don't know how he pulled this fucking business strategy off, but he's basically also an aim coach. And he got like
I'm aware. Yeah.
he got like fucking 15 people in a
If
Discord,
you ever
right?
feel like
And
your
they're
hands are
all
getting shaky,
streaming themselves doing like various tasks. I don't know. I think we're all doing like the same task in like aim lab.
oh, you did
And
one of his group sessions.
yeah, bro, and he literally he'll like I don't like pretend I'm doing like hypothetically, just pretend I'm doing like grid shot or something. So he'd come in, he'd look at like one person's thing and be like, okay, I want you to half your sense, okay, and then goes to the next person and be like, what's your sense right now? Okay, drop it by point two, and then he goes to the next person, and he's just I feel like he's just like randomly like giving people like these arbitrary numbers, and people are like, okay, damn, I knew my sense was too fast. Like this guy's telling me I should lower it. I knew I should have lowered my sense. And he literally just had like a group of like 12 people. He just like cashed it in and everyone bought the session at the same. Okay, granted, it is granted that you do get like quote lifetime membership and you can like reschedule a session, but it was just like
How
so
much did it
bogus.
cost
I think it was probably like 30 or $40.
for lifetime membership? There's just like 12 of you in a Discord. That's
Yeah,
it.
but like you gotta realize like there's probably people like booking that shit like constantly. So he's
That's
probably getting like new people, like some old people, but probably like at least half of the people are new like every
I
single
know.
week.
I've seen his like availability charts and it's insane.
Yeah.
He's always working. You know he's
Yeah.
married?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's like I don't know. He seems like a bit too and like aim coaching is his full-time job to support him and his wife.
That's what I'm saying. That's how much he's cashing in, dude. He's doing these fucking group sessions, just like watching people do grid shot for like 10 seconds,
That
having them death
that
matching,
video
coming in.
I sent you is where all the people who hire him come from.
Wait, this one? Gumbly?
Yeah, it's he hires them, right? And then he's like, "Yeah, guys, I mean, I just hired this guy. I didn't get any special treatment, so like hire me." And then there's like his YouTube and his YouTube's got 25 subs, like 25K subs. He's got almost as many subs as I do. And
Yeah, this is I
uh,
think it's just it's really hard for like content creators like you or like I don't know, like say Maddie or like I don't know, Bar I don't even know, like this kind
Barda's
of like
not contenting nowadays.
yeah, I just meant like this kind of like space. I feel like is like actually where the quality is, but like there's just so much trash, like fucking skill kept Valorant or Valorant Ascended, where they just talk about these fucking brain dead toddler concepts of like
All of
I don't know.
Maddie's information is very good, right? But his content itself is trash. I DM'd him about this the other day. He hasn't. I don't think he's opened it yet. But I said to him, I was like, he half the time he'll go like a month without DMing me. Then we'll be on stream together talking, and then like he'll go like a month. He's a hard person to reach. Is the point for if you're me. But like I sent to him the other day, I was like, your information's great, but your content's trash. Like you can get views on this shit. You just can't spend like what was it? I want to say he spent the first 38 seconds of his most recent video with a Kung Fu Panda scene where like Master Shifu takes Poe to like the like a mountain and is like this is where and then a robot voice comes in. It's like Maddie Overwatch uncovered the secrets of robot voice again.
Bro,
Aim.
that reminds me of the guy we were talking about, the silky crisp guy or whatever. He does like some fucking
How many?
cringe intro
How many?
in the
Yeah,
beginning.
I took my intro. I actually copied my intro from. You ever heard of Reaper,
No, I've never
the
heard of Reaper.
Siege YouTuber? Yeah, I stole. He's
Yeah,
basically a guy. He's like, I don't want to waste your time, so no intro, and I just don't even do an intro because I feel like
it
the
reminds me of the
intro's
fucking Waro. I'm the
wow.
Waro, and I still have no intro or outro or some shit like
Yeah,
that. The name of the video.
I refuse to do an intro because I feel like it wastes time. I'm very like nowadays at least I'm very particular about how I create a video. I structure my scripts to be as efficient as possible, or like I keep the information flowing through the YouTube and all those things. But back in the day, like I would try to keep the scripts like I my scripts have always been efficient, so to say. Like I try not to talk in circles. A lot of people talk in circles where they'll say the same concept three times, and
Right.
I try to always present new information. And what's the other one? I try to be And I try not to present useless information while still giving the video a bit of a storyline, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely get that vibe from your videos. It also is just I mean, I think another thing is just sounding. I mean, I feel like honestly, like let's say you made a video and you just like used a bunch of jargon, like you sound convincing. So even if the person, like even if what you're saying is just a bunch of like bullshit, at least it sounds convincing. A lot of these videos, I feel like they're just reading a script and they don't even sound like they believe what they're saying. Like they just sound like uncertain, but they're just saying it.
You know, I have a few. I know of some. You ever heard of IOStux, the Overwatch coach?
IO Stux, no,
He's
never.
he's got
I
like
don't know any Overwatch
50K on
coaches.
YouTube. He does a bit of Overwatch content. Um, he and I, back when I was a Metafy coach and he was a Metafy coach, we did a few things for Metafy together, like where we gave like presentations to the other coaches on how to grow a YouTube channel. And he and I got talking afterwards in just DMs. And he was telling me about how his approach to content, or like he'll release an AIM video because it gets views, so people hire him so he gets coaching students. But he hates making AIM videos because he just feels like it's a useless thing to talk about. But he just makes them because they get views. Same with those pro guides people. Like they just make content to just try and get views, and they just kind of repeat something some random CS pro said 10 years ago. And they're like, AimLab isn't useful. Look, Tens is playing grid shot, but he actually could aim before he got sponsored by AimLab to play grid shot. Therefore, AimLab is useless. And it's like, the fuck?
Yeah, it's like a lot of these. I mean, I get why they do it. It's like, it gets the views. Like if you made like a fucking video like do this today to improve your aim by 30% in a week. Like that shit's gonna blow up like crazy.
Yeah.
Like or something. Like they'll just drop a video like that. Like fix the aim how to aim like an immortal using this technique or something
Yep.
like and then it just fucking blows up because I mean most of the people they want like despite like what they say like no one wants to put in the work they're looking for that one YouTube video that fucking somebody's gonna say like if
Yep.
Tens made a fucking YouTube video on like why counter strafing is useless now 85% of the Valorant community is telling everyone that counter strafing is fucking useless and you should just let go of your keyboard. I still think that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life but
Really.
that's just yeah, like that's that in Valorant that just feels awful. Like there's
Letting go of the
no
keyboard.
like in terms of like counter. I think of when people think of like counter strafing, they're misusing the term of like dead zoning. Like dead zoning and counter strafing are like two different things to me. But when
What's
people
dead zoning? I've never heard that
dead
term.
dead zoning is it's literally just counter strafing, but it's just when you just take that one shot. Like for example, if you strafe like left to right in Valorant and you shoot and stop, shoot, stop, shoot, stop, and you're literally just tapping the opposite key. That's basically what counter strafing is. But people in Valorant just think if you just let go of your movement key, you just instantly stop and you're instantly accurate.
Well, it's not that you'll instantly stop, but the way Valorant's coded, like people have done it frame by frame by frame, right?
For me, also, it's like use even if like counter strafing feels useless, it also creates like a natural rhythm of
Mm-hmm.
timing your shot with tapping the opposite strafe key. I think that's like like a good muscle memory to have. Like when you peak angle and you're like holding D and then you tap the other keys, it's like a good like sync, I guess. It feels like natural to like time
Yeah,
your
if you've been
shot with the
playing
opposite.
games where you need to stop the acceleration, like you will continue moving after you let go of the keys. I saw like a video on it a while ago. You will continue moving, but it doesn't actually make like a difference greater than a frame if you're holding A and then you hold A and D versus if you're holding A and then you hold like then you let go and then you start pressing D. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you can like if you're so good at the timing that like you are holding A and then you switch to D and it just like helps you keep moving constantly and just do a shot without moving much at all, then I feel like that's probably better. But again, I don't really know. I'm not really a Valorant expert. The same way the pro guides people should stay out of aim training, I should probably stay out of Valorant movement mechanics.
Yeah, Valorant scene is definitely where the content's at. Surprisingly, none of these aim videos I've ever meant like it's mainly Overwatch and Overwatch, Apex, and Valorant. I've never seen a single video mention Rainbow Six Siege. But I never played Siege, so that's probably why it's just not in my algorithm.
No, Siege. The thing is, I try not to make my videos game specific. A lot of my videos use Valorant gameplay as B-roll. If you go back, you'll see my gameplay get better and better, or I mean worse and worse, all the way back to when my benchmarks looked like. Hold on, let me pull it up. It's the old benchmarks. Share my screen, share your screens. Screen one go live. Yeah, if you keep going back in time, you'll go all the way back to when my benchmarks looked like this. July 10th, 2021. You'll get to see what that looked like. Not good. I don't play benchmarks anymore, so I can't really say I've progressed. How far I've
Yeah.
progressed, I have progressed. I can't say how far. But the point is, I might go back to it eventually. But I haven't in a while. But where was I going with this? The point is, like, there is no point. I have no idea where I was going with that.
That's a good thing this isn't a video.
No,
Double take.
it's a random live stream on my second channel.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That was a
Yeah.
long ass talk. I don't want to hold you. But
Yeah, I think we're good to go now. So I got nothing left. If you guys ever have any questions, just DM them to me. I won't keep you here any longer. Thanks for showing up. Bye.
all right, later, man.
See ya.